Hello, clinic owners. So today, what I want to ask you is, are you building a future bank? So what happens is clinic owners will come, they'll speak to me and they'll ask me for help. And really, they're always looking for the same thing. They're looking for happiness and security, and they're looking to build a business that delivers them the kind of lifestyle that they were hoping for when they opened their door. Now, often they haven't thought that far ahead. They haven't really thought beyond. I'm struggling. I feel overwhelmed. I feel burnt out. I feel like I'm the first in the morning and the last home, and I'm paying myself maybe less than my staff, or I'm starting to question myself if it was all worth it to begin with. And once we get over kind of all of that, what we want them to do, and we get through the mindset of it, and we help them to put in the basic building blocks. What we then start to talk to them about is their future bank. So there's 3 points I want to make on this. So the first point is that you should know the difference between future bank and current bank. Okay, so current bank is essentially the work you're doing that delivers results now, and future bank is the work you're doing that delivers results in the future. And ideally, you want it to deliver forever in the future. So current bank might be, if I'm in treating a patient today, um, I'm getting paid today to treat that patient, but I'm not getting paid in a year's time for treating that work I did today. Whereas future bank might be, if I take that hour that I would have been treating the patient and I work on my business and I spend it making a newspaper ad, for example, that attracts patients. Well, and then I put out that newspaper ad next week. Well, then I'm making current bank. Getting new patients in from the ad. I'm getting money and income and turnover and patients from it right now. But I can reuse that newspaper ad every 6 months, forever. And that is future bank. So the work you're putting in right now that will pay off long term as well as short term versus current bank, which is the work you're doing now, which pays it off. And I suppose probably the biggest example of that is when people say working on your business versus working in your business. So you as a clinic owner, working in your business is treating patients, working on your business is working on your business to make it better. Okay. So what you ideally want to do is you ideally want to do work that will do both. Because so you might say, I'm going to put 3 days a week aside to work on current bank, which is maybe treating patients. And then I'm going to do 1 day a week on working on future bank, which is what's going to pay off for me long term. And then I might take a day off. Ideally, that's what we were looking at. Now, when you're thinking about future bank, you also want to be thinking about, well, what do I want long term? So what I try to do with my clients is that early in the year, we get them to sit down and work out a plan for the year. And we work on future bank and current bank when it comes to cash and money. So, for example, it might be, I want to pay myself £100,000 this year. But I also want to, that's current bank. But I also want to put £100,000 into my pension or into my savings this year. That's future bank, because that work you do on that now to do that, you won't actually get it for till you retire. So this is what I'm talking about when it comes to future bank and current bank. So you're working on stuff that you know will be future bank, but you're also working on stuff that you know will be current bank. But you're also putting time aside from treating patients to do both, to figure out both. And that leads me to my third point, which is you need three things for all of this to work and for you to be able to achieve long-lasting results for your business, sustainable results that deliver you the lifestyle and the financial freedom that we want, because that's why you started your business. You need three things, and those three things are: one, you need a plan. So you need to know, what am I going to do, rather than just rocking up every day and say, well, what do I do now? You actually have a plan, and you know from A, B, C, D, what am I going to do next? What am I going to do next? And that's what we deliver in our coaching program. We have a plan from A to Z that other clinic owners have walked, have done, and we know works. So that the client can come along, or the clinic owner can come along, and we'll say, okay, you need to start at step 2, step 3, and so on. It's like a couch to 5K, I suppose. The second thing you then need is you need training. So you need to be able then to say, okay, well, I know I need to do this now. So for example, let's go back to the newspaper ad. I know I need to work and build a newspaper ad for this condition, but how do I write a newspaper ad? How do I construct it? Well, I got to go and look at some training. So you want to have training. So we do that as part of our coaching program. We have extensive library of training on things like this. and we will point the client. So we say to the client, okay, this is what you're going to do next. There you go, have a look at the training. Now, the third thing that you need as a clinic owner is you need support. So what do I do if I'm stuck, if I don't know what to do, etc.? So you need to be able to reach out to someone. You need some help. You need some expert help. Someone who's done it before, and as a result, allows you to avoid the mistakes and speed up the process. So 3 things. 1 is a plan, 2nd is training, and 3rd is support. Now, what you're doing when you do this is it allows you to have a future bank that you're building up, because it's your future bank ultimately that is what's going to give you what you need, a sustainable business that gives you the lifestyle and financial freedom that you're looking for, rather than a crash and burn short-term result. That's not what we want for any of our businesses. So if you like the sound of this, if this sounds like something you think you need some help with, well then click the link wherever you're watching this video, book that 10-minute triage call, have a chat with one of my team. It's not a sales call, we don't do sales calls. Have a chat, we will ask you what you think you need, where you think you're stuck. If we think we're a good fit, we'll talk next steps. If we don't think we're a good fit for us, we'll point you in the right direction. We want to leave you with some sort of a plan, and we'll go from there. So until next time, this is 𝗕𝘂𝗶𝗵𝗀𝗧𝗲, health business mentor and marketing expert, I suppose, health clinic marketing expert, signing out.